Hey yo, how you guys doing? Do me a favor before we get started on this whole thing, right? Subscribe, like, or hate, and share this video. Um, we're trying to get our numbers up. Thank you very much, and enjoy this broadcast.
The education of young black boys is very important. And so we can start there. You know what I'm saying? Let's I'll let you tell me what it is about my position on Umar that you disagree with me on.
Well, listen, to be totally honest with you, right? I need to hear your position on Umar because I was looking at a 3 minute clip of yours, and you said something about Umar thought he was talking to your wife. So I didn't get the full gist of it of what you said. I just know that you had an open challenge open to the Kevin Samuel Knights, and I said, well, I could care less about Kevin Samuels, but I would like to hear the brother's position on Umar because I know I feel a certain way about Umar because of the work that he's doing in the community and the spreading of Pan-Africanism. And as a result of that, I have a genuine fondness for this man. So again, what you said about Umar, I really don't know because again, from a 3 minute clip, it would be unfair for me to comment on it until I actually hear your position.
Okay, I got you. So my position on Umar is starts with Pan-Africanism. It's that Pan-Africanism is not something that's conducive for the Black American. It's literally a position I'm against ideologically. But when it comes to Umar, I feel like the school thing has been it's been in the air now at least in most of social media circles for 7 years. It's been traced back as far as 10 years, but since most people know about the last 6, 7 years. And so my position is that the support is kind of, at this point, it's kind of futile. It's kind of a waste of time to support somebody who's not up and running, who seems to be kicking it out further and further with every conversation when we have a person like Q-Butter, like Bro Rob. There are plenty of people who can direct you to a school that's already up and running, and there's even schools centered and rooted in Pan-Africanism. And so at this point, we shouldn't still be supporting something that we already know is, a long shot at this point because it's taken so long.
Okay, now I'm gonna say this, right? And this is my position on that. And I understand what you're saying, right? And I respect where you're coming from. And this is my position, right? As far as how I feel about that. Umar Johnson, in my opinion, is a pearl and a blessing to the Black community. First of all, the man was a school principal. The man was he was a school principal. He is a child psychologist. And Umar Johnson makes a capital effort to try to educate parents on not having their children committed to the special education system. He's also a renowned, public speaker, and he's much sought after. Now, if you're asking me personally, in my opinion, I wouldn't care if Umar Johnson never opened a school. Umar Johnson, if people, donated money to the cause and Umar Johnson had to use that money for his own personal expenses, so be it. Now, I'm saying that to say this. When people are fond of a person and people believe in a person's journey or the mission that they're putting out, hey man, that's that, hey man, take this, man, good luck, best to you kind of money. So again, it bothers me, right, when I hear people attack Umar about the money and all of that old kind of stuff, because personally, I think the man's heart is in the right place, A. B, Umar, first of all, I know Umar Johnson is doing more for Pan-Africanism and young Black people than I'm doing. You understand? I do my thing, but not at the level that a guy like Umar Johnson does. Now, for example, right, you take Malcolm X. Malcolm X was out there soldiering hard in the street. In the meantime, guys like Bumpy Johnson and a lot of the other brothers who was hustlers, their disposition was like, well, Malcolm, that's not what I'm about, but I respect the fact that you're about that. And because you're about that, I ain't got nothing but love and respect for you. So that's my position with Umar Johnson. And that's why I'm really indifferent. Now, from what I gathered, Umar Johnson, he did purchase a building down in the Wilmington, Delaware area, which is maybe like about 30 minutes south of Philadelphia. So, he does have a school and, at least the building, and he's starting to put things in motion. And fortunately for him, he was able to squelch, a lot of the haters. But again, my position is I personally wouldn't care if he never opened the school, and every dime that he gets, hey man, that's just part of the mission that he's on. You know what I mean?
Well, seeing that, okay, so the problem that I would have with that is the promise of what he said he was going to do with the money. The collection of money has always been rooted in, I'm going to open up the school. Now, for me, if, let's say he would have been doing online classes or even a smaller version of a school, it might be more acceptable at this point, but we're looking at someone who has not done anything with young boys. It's more about coming together and bringing these things together for adults. And again, like you say, it's okay to talk to parents and whatnot, but he wasn't in this to just simply be a person who talks to parents. He was supposed to be the lead educator of a school that he collected money for. The promises are the problem, and so when you say you don't care if he open it, doesn't that give him the ability to collect money for another 5 years and never do what he initially promised? The initial promise was the school. It wasn't that he would be a world speaker or any of that. The promise was the school. That's how he got on the map. So doesn't he have to still at some point open the school, or we say he didn't do what he said he was going to do? Because this money, this money just disappears and there's no oversight. You know what I'm saying? He collected it for the school.
Well, and again, I totally, everything that you're saying, you're making some solid points, right? But the flip side is this, and this is me looking at it from my perspective. Sometimes the mission can change. Now, as far as the school go, again, from what I gathered through my sources, Umar Johnson, he has the buildings, and it's all in motion. Now, again, I know personally, like I said, I don't understand one thing, Taz. I don't know Umar Johnson from a can of paint. I only seen him once in my life. I've been following this man on YouTube, and the things that he says out his mouth, it resonates with me. The same way how me and you connected when listening to your conversation, what you say resonates with me. Now, with that said, right, Umar Johnson has all the signs and symptoms of a guy that's trying to do the right thing. A. B, when I look at Umar Johnson, I know Umar Johnson is dealing with certain trust issues. And because Umar Johnson is dealing with certain trust issues, Umar Johnson is trying to do this scenario. What he's trying to do, he's trying to do it his way. Now, Umar Johnson is educated in how schools operate. Now, I don't know anything about how schools operate. I'm just speculating, and I'm going by what limited experience that I have in bureaucracy. Now, if Umar Johnson was to align himself with certain people or go the route of the charter schools or some of these other ways that some of us are suggesting that he do, well, now Umar Johnson might start losing control of the manner in which he's trying to put his dream together. Because again, Taz, this is not my dream. It's not your dream. It's not anybody else's dream. This is Umar Johnson's dream. And because Umar Johnson worked in the Philadelphia public school system, he knows the bureaucracy of the Philadelphia public school system. He also knows the bureaucracy of the charter school system. Umar Johnson got a goal and a vision of how he want his stuff done. And Umar Johnson don't want people inside of his camp who's going to create dissension and confusion and derail his dream. And again, personally, I respect what the man is trying to do. His heart is in the right place. His work is proven. And again, for me, I wouldn't care if he never opened up a school. I wouldn't feel like he cheated anybody or lied and deceived anybody. The man is on a mission, and if you're asking me, man, the guy's the salt of the earth.